A ransomware attack is not a single event. It's a methodical, multi-stage invasion that unfolds over days, weeks, or even months. The final, catastrophic encryption of your files is just that, the final stage. By the time you see a ransom note, the attackers have been living in your network for an average of 5 to 21 days. But here's the good news. This multi-stage process is also their biggest weakness. Every step they take is an opportunity for you to detect and stop them. There isn't just one point of failure, there are 7. Today, we're breaking down the modern ransomware kill chain. We're going to dissect each of the 7 stages, from initial access to final impact. And I'm going to show you exactly where and how you can break the chain at every single step. I'm Oleyemi Oyeniyi, the Practical Security Architect, and this is your playbook for proactive ransomware defense. Every fire starts with a spark. For ransomware, that spark is initial access. Attackers are looking for the path of least resistance, and they consistently find it in 3 places. Phishing, a well-crafted email that tricks an employee into clicking a malicious link or opening a weaponized document. Exposed services, unpatched VPNs, or open remote desktop protocol ports facing the internet. Stolen credentials, usernames and passwords bought on the dark web from previous third-party breaches. Defense point number 1. Prevent initial access. This is your first and best chance to stop an attack. It's about hardening your perimeter, advanced email security. Don't just rely on basic spam filtering. You need sandboxing for attachments and URL rewriting for links. Aggressive patching. Your attack surface management program must be relentless. If it's public-facing, it must be patched within hours, not weeks. Multi-factor authentication. MFA everywhere is non-negotiable. It's the single most effective control for neutralizing the threat of stolen credentials. Once inside, the attacker's initial malware executes, but it rarely has the permissions it needs. So, its next 2 objectives are to establish persistence, surviving a reboot, and then escalate privileges from a standard user to a local administrator or system-level account. They do this using techniques like credential dumping with tools like Mimikatz, exploiting local vulnerabilities, or hijacking scheduled tasks. This is the point where the attack moves from a simple intrusion to a serious compromise of a key system. Defense point number 2. Detect and contain on the endpoint. This is the home turf of your endpoint detection and response solution. Behavioral analysis. Your EDR shouldn't just be looking for known malware signatures. It must detect anomalous behavior, like PowerShell being used to dump credentials or a Word document spawning a command shell. Least privilege. Enforce the principle of least privilege on all endpoints. Standard users should not be able to install software or change system configurations. Credential protection. Use modern operating system features like Credential Guard to protect password hashes in memory, making tools like Mimikatz ineffective. With administrator rights on one machine, the attacker is now ready to spread. This is lateral movement. Their goal is to move from that initial beachhead to other systems on the network, looking for high-value targets like domain controllers, file servers, and backup systems. Crucially, they often use your own tools against you. They use legitimate administrative tools like PowerShell, PSExec, and WMI to move around. To a traditional security tool, this looks like normal administrative activity, which is why it's so hard to detect. Defense point number 3. Isolate the network. If you can't stop them from moving, you can't stop the attack. Network segmentation. This is critical. Your user workstations should be on a different network segment from your critical servers. A flat network is a ransomware operator's dream. Microsegmentation, which creates firewalls around individual applications, is even better. Identity analytics. Your security analytics platform should be analyzing authentication logs. If a user account that normally only logs into 3 machines suddenly tries to access 50, that's a massive red flag for lateral movement. As the attacker spreads, their malware needs to phone home for instructions. This is the command and control channel. But before they encrypt, modern attackers have another crucial step: data exfiltration. This is the double extortion tactic. They steal huge volumes of your most sensitive data: financial records, customer information, intellectual property, and upload it to their own servers. Now they have 2 ways to make you pay: one to decrypt your files, and another to prevent them from leaking your stolen data. Defense point number 4 and number 5. Disrupt C2 and protect data. DNS and proxy security. Monitor all outbound network traffic. Your DNS security tools can block requests to known malicious domains, cutting off the C2 channel. Egress filtering at your firewall should block outbound traffic on non-standard ports. Data loss prevention. DLP solutions can detect and block the unauthorized transfer of large volumes of sensitive data, giving you a critical alert that exfiltration is in progress. This is the final, noisy stage: impact. Only after they have achieved complete control, escalated privileges, moved laterally to critical systems, and exfiltrated your data do they pull the trigger. The encryption command is sent, and files across hundreds or thousands of systems are locked simultaneously. At this point, prevention has failed. Your focus now must shift entirely to response and recovery. Defense point number 6 and 7. Ensure recovery. Your last line of defense is your ability to recover without paying the ransom. Immutable backups. This is non-negotiable. You need backups that are offline, air-gapped, or stored in an immutable format that cannot be altered or deleted by the attacker, even if they have admin credentials. The 3-2-1 rule is a good start. 3 copies of your data on 2 different media, with 1 copy off-site. Rapid recovery playbooks. You must have a tested, automated plan to restore your critical systems at scale. How quickly can you rebuild your domain controllers? How fast can you restore your core business applications? This needs to be drilled regularly. So let's recap the 7 points where you can break the chain. 1. Prevent initial access. 2. Detect execution. 3. Contain privilege escalation. 4. Isolate lateral movement. 5. Disrupt command and control. 6. Protect against exfiltration. 7. Recover from impact. A successful ransomware defense is not about one magic bullet. It's about building a layered, defense-in-depth strategy that gives you an opportunity to win at every single stage. This is what a cybersecurity mesh architecture is designed to do: correlate signals across all these stages and enable an automated, coordinated response. Start by mapping your existing security controls to these 7 stages. Where are you strong? And more importantly, where are you weak? That's where you need to focus your efforts first. I'm Olayemi Oyeniyi, and I'll see you in the next video.